What's up guys, IntelliTech Mobile here, and today we'll be doing a bit of an interesting and different video. Now, if you've been with the channel for a while, you may know that I may be a fan of a certain type of smartphone, one that's a little infamous for a certain battery flaw. And if you're wondering what phone that is, that phone very well may just be the Galaxy Note 7 by Samsung. But this exact device you see in front of us is not going to be the subject of today's video, although it will be another variant of it. We're going to push this slightly off screen, and we're actually going to focus on a different device that I actually got all the way back in 2021. Now, I have several of these phones, as you may have guessed. After all, I am quite crazy, and I am quite the collector of Galaxy Note 7 devices. I think the story behind them is just really fascinating, and owning these devices is quite invigorating, to say the least. But I got one back in March of 2021, and I got it from a place you would not expect. In fact, if we look through on my Amazon, we can actually see that on March 5th, 2021, I ordered a Samsung Galaxy Note 7 off of, you guessed it, Amazon. So this particular device I ordered, and I'm going to go to the order details. Of course, I'm going to cover my personal information, but we can see right there, I ordered it March 5th, 2021 for a total of $188.94. We can see this is a live web page. It's not a screenshot that's been photoshopped. I bought a Galaxy Note 7 model N930A 64GB AT&T unlocked phone, silver, for $179.99. How did I find a Note 7 on Amazon? Good question. I don't know. I just randomly was walking around town one day, scrolling around on my phone, and which at the time was not a Note 7, it was a Note 9, and I randomly searched for Galaxy Note 7 on Amazon, because I will randomly search for the Note 7 just to see if one pops up, or if a case that I've been after pops up, or an accessory or something to that effect pops up. It's not likely, because generally these devices aren't allowed to be sold on a marketplace like Amazon, but as you can see, I struck gold. And this phone, they only had one in stock, but they had two separate listings. They had one that was new and one that was renewed. They were both exactly the same price and the exact same SKU. I ordered the new one because they were the same price. And I went to go order the second one because for that price, why not? And it was gone. So presumably it was the same listing, just being duplicated. And if you're wondering, it's right here. So on the top, I'm going to cover up the IMEI information. But as we can see, I did order this. Sam Note 7 and 930A AT&T Silver CRB. I'm not sure what CRB means. And then there's the IMEI and the SKU number. So this is what I got. Let's finally open this and see what is in here. This is, obviously I've already opened this before, but yeah, this is kind of a cheat unboxing. I've owned this phone since 2021. I've unboxed this, obviously. I've tested it, I've ran it, I've put my SIM card in it. It's upside down. And let me pull this out. Now, one thing I did find out is that it's actually not unlocked. It is, in fact, locked to AT&T. And it is not possible to unlock this from AT&T because the device is, of course, blacklisted on AT&T's network for obvious reasons. But here it is. I did message the seller at the time when I initially purchased this, saying, hey, the listing said it was unlocked, and unfortunately it's asking me for an unlock code. Do you guys know where I can get that unlock code? And they said no, but you can send it back for a full refund. Now, why would I send a Note 7 back for a $200 refund? Obviously, I elected to just keep the phone, and I did. So here it is. Obviously, it's gotten some smudges and stuff on it. It's not perfect. Let's wipe this on my shirt and give this a little shine up, as I currently don't own any silver Galaxy Note 7s or fan editions. Look at that. Isn't this gorgeous? Other than, of course, this was back during the era when phone companies put tramp stamps on the back of their phone. But other than that, this is beautiful. And of course, we got some dust on the front too. Ugh. So if we look around this device, I'm going to boot this up. And remember, the silver Note 7s and the gold ones, for some reason, had a white boot up screen. So keep in mind, if you're watching this in a dark room, please note this will shine a bright light. So be prepared. 3, 2, 1. Now, like a lot of early Galaxy Note 7s, there's a couple dead spots at the bottom of the display. It's unfortunately a problem with the first run of Galaxy Note 7s. And if you noticed, I just said first run. Yeah, this not only is a Galaxy Note 7, but it's a launch model pre-recall Galaxy Note 7. I know I just spoiled it, but this is an original first-gen Note 7. As we can see, white battery indicator. There's not a green battery indicator on this. This phone has never seen a software update. It is more than likely still easily rootable. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and set this up, just basic. We're going to turn off the Wi-Fi. Now, again, I've used this before, so one interesting thing that I actually tried is I just set this up normally. I didn't set up any shield or anything like that. Either this particular device, maybe from some effect of the seller, either this device is somehow incapable of communicating with the update server, or the death update for the Note 7 is simply not hosted on AT&T's software update servers anymore, because if you attempt to update this phone, which normally would give you the 0% update and brick the phone, at least on this exact device, it doesn't work. Now, I'm not going to set up any of this biometric data. We're just going through and getting to the home screen so we can take a nice look at the best phone of 2016. Of course, you got all the bloatware, exit. Yeah, AT&T's not the best at this. So we should be in. So there it is. Gross. DirecTV, really? Go away. Yes, go away. Don't you love the carrier bloatware? We got the Apps Edge, we got the People Edge, Tasks Edge, Edge panels. Of course, by default, you can customize all this. But there it is. Silver titanium Galaxy Note 7. If we take a look around the device, I haven't used this other than, well, I should clarify, I haven't left my house with this. So I haven't actually used it outside or anything like that. But you can see it's in good shape. I do not see any dents or scratches on the device. Still has the Qualcomm 4G sticker. I remembered seeing one scratch on the back somewhere, possibly from it sitting loose in this packaging. But yeah. And funnily enough, this was back in the era when AT&T didn't give you the full original boxes for phones. Part of their plan that you subsidize your phone with is you didn't even get the original box. It was really strange at the time. But ironically, this is much closer to the AT&T box you would have gotten, this generic Amazon box, than the actual box that you would have gotten with most Galaxy Note 7 phones. Of course, I do have a matching silver box, but of course this one's from Verizon, where they did not give you such crappy boxes. And actually, I wish I still had the phone that this box matched up to, because unfortunately that phone is long gone. I sent it back to Samsung. This one I will never send back to Samsung. This is beautiful. Original release Galaxy Note 7. Never been opened, never been rooted, never been updated. Scroll down, we go to the settings. We can scroll down and go to General Management. And somewhere we can see Android security patch level, August 1st, 2016. Yeah? Yeah? Sorry, my cat is demanding my attention for some reason. Hi, Rocco. Hi, Rocco. Hi, Rocco. Hello, cat. Why must you interrupt me while I'm working? I'm doing a video on the explosive phone. Why must you interrupt me? Okay, I may have to pause the video and give my cat some attention. Give me one moment. Alright, so the cat's going to sit on my lap while I finish this video. As we can see, I actually don't remember what charger and brick this came with when I bought it, but I know it came with some sort of charger and brick, so I just stuffed a random one in here as an example. Now that I think about it, I think it might have came with the original power brick as well, the original white power brick and USB Type-C cable. But yeah, that's the... I mean, it's kind of hard. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to this phone, but I'm kind of blanking on what all there is to talk about, because really, the star of the show isn't the story of the Note 7. The star of the show is just this phone, and how nice it is, and how I managed to get it for such a good deal. So, there's the silver titanium AT&T Generation 1 pre-recall Galaxy Note 7 that I somehow managed to buy on Amazon.com. Don't ask me how. Just happened to get lucky and find one. $189, I believe. $179. Got me a brand new open box condition Galaxy Note 7 in 2021, which is kind of funny because in an alternate reality where the Note 7 was never discontinued, that sounds like about the right price for one of these, you know? Like outside of the recall, where this phone doesn't hold crazy amounts of value, and it in 2021, you know, when a Note 9 still fetched, you know, $250, $300, a Note 8 still easily fetched $200, $250. A mint condition Note 7 theoretically would be in roughly the same boat, because a Note 5 in similar condition would probably be around, what, $140, $150? So yeah, in an alternate reality where the Note 7 was never discontinued, it seems like exactly the right price and a great deal on a great smartphone, just with no other real strings attached to it and nothing else really interesting to say. Which is one thing that I found really funny about this listing and about this device. It's almost like the seller was living in an alternate reality, where the Note 7 was never recalled, there was no bans placed on it, and they just sold it as if it was a normal phone for what a normal price would be for a phone this old. Almost as if the seller didn't know what they were doing. And they thought, well, I have an S7 Edge that I just sold for $120. I have a Note 8 that I just sold for $220. So I guess the Note 7 would be somewhere in between without really thinking about it. I doubt that's the real scenario. What I suspect is the seller knew what they were doing and just wanted to get rid of this phone and figured that Amazon would be the best way to do it. This cat is really it's really being a menace. And, you know, they're not wrong, because then some idiot like me with a YouTube channel will buy it just to have it and never actually use it. Therefore, they don't have to worry about some random customer getting into a phone that might explode and set them on fire. But yeah, that's quite... Why is my cat being so crazy today? Yeah. Usually he's very calm, and the second I start filming a video, he starts just being psycho. But anyways, that's how cats are, I suppose. But yeah, I wish I had something else to say about this. Open up a camera. We'll keep the quick launch turned on. We'll view the camera modes. Yeah, quite nice. And then we'll take a picture of my other... Did this just die? Oh, wow. Okay. It appears that this one has ran out of juice. This is the Note 7 that I actually use, if you're wondering. Since I have multiples of these devices, this is the one that I choose to actually use. This is one that was a black Verizon one that I previously refurbished, putting a brand new screen, a brand new back, and a brand new battery in it. Unfortunately, the battery I put in, well, a brand new aftermarket one, so not the explosive kind. It is a very poor quality battery, and it has terrible battery life, and the standby time is garbage, to the point where I'll literally put it in this shelf at 50%, and 2 days later I'll pull it out like this, and it's completely dead. So unfortunately I can't show that, as this one is completely dead. But that's what the blue coral looks like. The best color on any phone, in my opinion. Look at this. Beautiful. And of course, matching S Pen, which of course you had on the silver titanium as well. Of course, you can see the original color of this phone. And with the silver titanium, we of course have a silver S Pen. And you can write a memo on the screen, which we will do right now. So there it is, the Galaxy Note 7 in 2023 going into 2024. Is this a phone you should buy if you find it on Amazon? Hell no. You can't even take it on a plane. It's old and obsolete. It's stuck on Android Marshmallow and it might brick itself at any point. As much as I love this phone, there's no reason to. Even the Note FE. As much as I love the Note FE, which is just the Note 7 with a smaller battery and newer software, as much as I adore this phone, trying to get it to work on an American carrier is an absolute bitch and a half. And the fact is that this is not very smart to run either. Not because of any safety concerns, but, I mean, at its heart it's a Note 7, which you can't find parts for. So if you drop this, you're not having a good day, for sure. And why would you when you can get a Note 8 or a Note 9 for the same price, for cheaper actually, than what you're going to find a Note FE for these days, or a Note 7 for that matter. Because these still will easily fetch $700-800 on eBay, because technically, in theory, you can still send these back to Samsung and get full value out of them. Although I sent mine back over a year ago and still have not gotten my refund yet. Samsung is actively trying to scam me on that for the, what, 6th time in a row, which I'm really not happy about. So yeah. And it's ironic because I'm trying to order a new S23 Ultra and trade in my Z Fold 3, and for some reason Samsung's website keeps crashing, so they won't give me the refund for my Note 7, and they won't give me my money, but they won't take my money either because they won't let me buy the new phone. So because the website keeps crashing. Isn't that great? So anyways, that's kind of a little tangent that's not exactly related to the Note 7, but just for fun, I've got the Galaxy Note 7 in both blue and silver, and then I also have the Galaxy Note FE in black, and also I have another Galaxy Note FE, which is in the gold platinum. So if you include both devices, I have them in every color. So we can briefly bask in the glory of the colors of the Galaxy Note 7 and Note Fan Edition. Isn't that pretty? And of course, this is the only one with the stupid carrier branding. Well, let's make this fair. Let's open this one up. And this is the T-Mobile one. Never mind. So I guess if you want to see, here's my T-Mobile Generation 1 Note 7. So this one's also a Generation 1 like the AT&T. And this one is the blue coral. If you just, I mean, since we're already on the topic, I might as well show off the rest of my notes. I might as well show off the rest of my Note 7s. Here's the box that I have dedicated for that silver one that I've already shown. And then finally, we've got, speaking of the tramp stamps that I mentioned earlier, this is the Note 7 I paid the most for. This is a Verizon model, Generation 2. And this one also works. So here's the T-Mobile variant, which this is the first one I ever got. I paid $400 for this one back in 2017. This one is also a Generation 1. This one's even a pre-launch model. So all the other ones I have are on the August security patch. This one is on the July 2016 security patch. So this is launch software. Never been updated. Not even a little bit. This one would be the best one, except it does have one physical blemish. There's a little chip. There's a little chip out of the corner of the display. And there's a couple scuffs on the back as well. So there is the blue coral T-Mobile unit. And then finally, my Generation 2, which technically this is what this one is supposed to be. Although this one actually was blue out of the box. It didn't start off being black. So, and this one is, of course, the green battery. Of course, this one's Verizon, so it's got all of Verizon's bloatware. And, of course, they mutilated the settings panel and turned it into this goofy nonsense. But, yeah. Got all sorts of stuff. This one's also August 1st, 2016 security patch, as you'd expect. And, yeah. And this one is actually pretty interesting because this one actually has an indicator that tells you when it was factory reset. This one was factory reset October 20th, 2016. So this was factory reset, put in a box, and then I bought it, several years later on eBay. This one I bought in 2020, I believe. Pretty nice. Isn't that nice? This one has the Verizon logo on it. So, this one, of course, does not, because it's T-Mobile. Oh, got the iris scanner. Trying to do this behind the camera is quite the pain, so we'll just use the fingerprint. Some of these are set up with recognition and some aren't. But yeah. So, to run down my entire Galaxy Note 7 collection, I've got my Generation 1 launch model T-Mobile in coral blue. Then I've got my AT&T Generation 1 Note 7 in silver titanium. Then I've got my Generation 2 post-recall Verizon variant, all original, just like the first two. So this one's post-recall with the green battery. And then I have my other one, which this one, oh, looks like this does have battery on it. I guess that was just a weird glitch where it shut off. Then here's the Note 7 that I actively use. This one, I was originally Verizon, and it was black, but I replaced the display, back panel, and the battery. So since this is the one I actively use, I did replace the battery, although I do still have the original. And this is the one I actively use, although it's currently running the Sprint software. So technically I have a Note 7 on every major carrier firmware from 2016. So, because obviously I have Verizon, I have T-Mobile, I have AT&T, and I have Sprint. Because even though this was Verizon, I installed the Sprint firmware on it because the Sprint firmware doesn't have any bloatware for some reason. So if we go to About Device, we can see this one actually does say model number SMN930P, which is Sprint. Quite nice. And this is the one I actively use whenever I want to use a Note 7. So this one I actually have set up, and I actually do use it on occasion. and it's not bad. Of course, Android Marshmallow, not super well supported these days. It's getting long in the tooth, but for basic stuff, it still is just fine. So yeah, there is that. And then, so I have currently I have 4 Galaxy Note 7s, and then I have 2 Galaxy Note Fan Editions. This black one that's pretty beat up that I use, which is not too bad. So this Fan Edition that I do use, I actually was just using it earlier. Still a great phone, although I'm not as a fan of the black, but it is quite sleek sometimes. And this is running Android 9 Pie, which is the newest version. And then I have a gold Fan Edition. So this particular one is, I forgot, this one's Korean Telecom, and this one I believe is SK Telecom, this gold one. And this one I downgraded to Android 8.1 Oreo, which is what the Note 7 would have been on if there was no recall. It would have been on the same software version as the S7 and S7 Edge. So I did downgrade this gold one to Android 8.1. And this one is, yeah, so this one's SK Telecom, this one's Korean Telecom. And this one as well. As you can see, this one is stock as well. So there is my in-depth collection on the Galaxy Note 7 and Note Fan Edition. Actually, I'll put this one right here because this is the one I use. I'll put the Verizon one next to the AT&T one because that'll probably make the most sense. So yeah, there's the whole collection. And of course, all of these are in mint condition with the only exception of the black one. The black one's really beat up. But, you know, the black one's really chewed up. And the seller completely lied to me about it, about the condition of this. Said it was in like new condition. And eBay basically, for the first time ever, wouldn't do anything about it, which is kind of crazy. Because the seller wouldn't give me the correct return information, and for some reason eBay made that my fault. Which is ironic, because that same seller sold me this gold one, and this gold one's great. So, and I paid more for this one than I paid for the gold one, so explain that to me. But yeah, so that's my entire Galaxy Note 7 collection, including my most recent Note that I picked up, the Silver Titanium Generation 1 AT&T Galaxy Note 7. Also, one little fun fact. Samsung, based on the pictures that are included with this, I think it's safe to say that Samsung planned on making a pink variant of this. If you remember, the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge had a pink variant. And if you remember, both the Note 5 and the Note 8 later on in their lives got pink variants. If you look in the stock wallpapers, we can see these two wallpapers go for the silver phone, these two go to the black phone, these two go to the blue phone, and these two go to the gold phone. And then there's also the different pen wallpapers for each of the 4 colors: black, silver, gold, and blue. The blue phone had purple pens. But there also are 2 wallpapers for what I can only assume is a pink Galaxy Note 7 that never saw the light of day. Likely because the recall got in the way of the plans of making that a reality. So it's safe to say that had the Note 7 not been recalled, we can imagine a Galaxy Note 7 coming out soon in late 2016, possibly early 2017, in the exact same pink-gold color scheme that we saw on the Galaxy S7, Galaxy S7 Edge, and Galaxy Note 5. So there's a little fun fact. And I suspect had they done that, they likely would have stuck with the purple pens as the promotional picture, and then the actual pink wallpapers being the official wallpapers on that unit. That's my speculation, at least. Or maybe they would have introduced a new one, who knows? Or done the gold, who knows? I don't even know. Maybe they would have made it. Presumably they would have made a new pen wallpaper since these ones are already accounted for. But it's also possible they would have reused one of these, because you remember on the Note 9, they did reuse the silver wallpapers for the white phone, and they did reuse the black wallpapers for the brown for the copper phone, so it's not exactly unheard of where Samsung reuses wallpapers for multiple colorways. So, in fact, I can prove that because I coincidentally, on topic, do have an Alpine White Galaxy Note 9. Which most people don't have. Something about these rare colors just always does something for me. So we never saw a white Note 7, but I imagine if we did, it probably would have looked pretty close to this. Or, which is also pretty close to the white S7 Edge that we never got here in the States. So, and as we can see, the same wallpapers that actually shipped with the silver Note 9. So, I'd imagine there's probably a similar scenario where something like that happens, where the presumable pink Note 7 might have reused one of the pen wallpapers from either the blue or the gold Note 7. So yeah, actually I think it'd probably be the blue, because the blue already has the rose gold accents. Yeah, so that's probably what I would bet on, but who knows, it obviously never happened because they were too busy dealing with blowing up batteries. Twice over, in fact. So anyways, this is my unboxing of my silver titanium Galaxy Note 7 that I actually got from Amazon, and showing off some other Galaxy Note fan edition and a honorable guest mention of the Note 9. So anyways, this is Intelitech Mobile signing out. If you want to see more content on the Galaxy Note 7 and other phones, be sure to subscribe. I do also have a review on the Xbox Series S coming out soon, so be sure to subscribe to see that as well. Anyways, this is Intelitech Mobile signing out. Let me know your thoughts on the Galaxy Note 7 in the comments below. And I hope you all have a good one. Peace.